Hello and a very good afternoon, good morning, welcome back to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Mosby. How are you? Start of a brand new week. Here we are celebrating the 3rd anniversary of Colour Me Happy. Yes, can you believe it? I know lots of people's favourite show, and we've got a 2-hour extravaganza where we celebrate everything Spectrum Noir. Before we get into it, there is loads on the website for you today as well as far as Spectrum Noir deals are concerned. And if you're buying any individual items over the course of the day today, there is a little code for you. We love a code here at Crafters TV. Today's code is CMH10. That is the code where you can get an extra 10% off if you buy any of our individuals. And the thing is, you can buy bundles and then add some of the individuals into your basket as well, and it will automatically calculate the discount off those individuals for you. And very handily, actually, we have got a little section on the website with all of those individual items in, so you don't even have to go and have a look for them. Also today, just so I can get all of my bits and pieces done, we've got 15% off embossing folders and stencils. That is all part of our April Showers promotion, which is happening on the website right now, and we've got some really great deals across the range today. We have got deals across your classiques, illustrators, aqua pens, aqua blends, ink pads, tri blends, bonus points as well on various items today for you, so do make sure you have a good look, and we will try our hardest to get through as much of those goodies as we can during this show. Also during Colour Me Happy, make sure you ask any questions, anything you want to know, then please do ask. There were some good questions coming in earlier on, actually. So as complicated as you want to go, as simple as you want to go. A little bit down the middle if you want to go there, just ask the questions. And also, let's have some pictures, please. We want to do some galleries. We're bringing the galleries back, so pictures, please, of your most recent, perhaps, colouring efforts. Maybe you're doing the Academy of Colour and you've just done something recently you want to show the world. Maybe, as we discussed earlier on, you've got like a before and after, where you were, where you are now as far as the Academy of Colour is concerned. Send in your pictures, inspire us, and we will hopefully inspire you as well. Studio at crafterscompanion.co.uk. Now, we'll say a few of those in just a few moments' time. However, it is not just me on this show, and the reason I get you to ask as many questions is because we have got the Oracle when it comes to colouring. She's celebrating the 3rd anniversary in style, as you could imagine, with tea and cake. It's Leann!
Sorry, you caught me, Ben, mid-bite of my cupcake. I'm really excited. You need cake to celebrate 3 years anniversary, don't you, of Colour Me Happy?
Yeah, you do.
I've got coloured sprinkles on top of my cupcake, so I'm staying in the theme.
Nice.
And we've got some great deals. And we're going to have some fun, I think, as well. Definitely answer the questions, definitely look at your pictures, and tell me what you had for your lunch.
Oh, yes, yes. What did you have for lunch apart from a cupcake?
Yeah. I had... I had a bacon brie and cranberry panini.
Ooh, nice.
Very delicious. Christina did it. She's exceptional, isn't she?
Well, she is. I haven't been to the cafe for a few weeks now. Yeah. My meal today, what did I have? I had 2 eggs, some fish sticks, some spinach and some cheese.
Was it high protein?
Yeah, I'm sort of low calorie fasting a little bit in the week, so I have like a little picky box during the day. Don't have any breakfast, have a little picky box, then at night I go home and have like a normalish sort
Does it work?
I've lost 17 pounds.
What? That's fantastic. Look at you.
This waistcoat, I don't want to talk, this waistcoat I couldn't even button up at the start of March.
Well done.
Thanks.
Well, that's fasting.
Huh?
Whose plan do you follow?
Michael Mosley.
Is he good?
Really
Obviously,
good.
£17.
I've got the book.
Oh.
So what you do, do you want to talk about, so what you do is you do like the initial fast 800, so it's 800 calories a day, and then when you've got to the sort of point that you're happy with, you then go on a 5-2, where you do 5 days normal, 2 days fasting, and that's how you keep the weight off, supposedly.
Oh.
Yeah. So I look at your cupcake and I think, maybe, but then that would probably be my
800 calories per day. Yeah, you couldn't survive on 1 cupcake. But look, Ben, I will eat this and enjoy it for you.
Well, you should do. What flavour is it, just so that I...
It's vanilla with vanilla.
And hundreds of thousands on it.
And some sprinkles on. I will enjoy this for you, Ben.
Thank you. You just...
Welcome.
Enjoy. We'll say a few hellos. I'm losing the weight as well, more for my run that I'm doing a week on Sunday, because I want to go fast in the Gateshead Half Marathon. Who's back with us? Let's have a look here. Vanessa Fuentes is in from Florida. Hey, Rachel Norton from Adelaide, South Australia. We've got Rachel on the socials today. Sarah Brown says, hello, my crafty friends. I'm hoping you are all well. I'm sorry I missed Wake Up, but here I am now, sending you lots of hugs from Melbourne, Australia. Nanny to the girl says, good morning from a cold and sunny central Wisconsin. Good afternoon to Liz R. says, hi, crafty friends, Ben, Leann, and Crafters TV. Charlotte Everett joins us from Herne Bay. Alicia Gordon is in from Arkansas. And Kirsty D says, good afternoon, I'm home from work. Countdown to next school holidays have started. It'll be here before you know it. End of May, isn't it? Yeah, end of May, last week of May. So I'm having a holiday then as well. Hashtag slacker. Rachel had pasta salad for lunch. Our Rachel says, I'm on a diet, so it was very boring, followed by fish sticks, just because you mentioned them. I love fish sticks.
What's a fish stick?
It's just like, you know, they're sort of about yay big and they come in like an individual wrapper.
Oh, the pink things?
Yeah, pink and white.
We call them crab sticks.
Oh, do you? I kind of think what it is, it
probably isn't crab.
Oh, no, it will be...
Mystery fish.
Huh?
It'd be mystery fish.
I thought you said misery fish then.
No, mystery fish or some kind of vegetable extract flavoured as fish.
Yeah, it won't be particularly nutritious, I would have thought.
No.
You know, like you can get those sort of meaty sticks, can't you? I think it's the fish equivalent of...
Seafood sticks, I've heard them called. I'm sure they can make cake, sorry.
I love this.
Seafood sticks.
Yes.
I've heard them called seafood sticks.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? They're sort of quite low calorie. They taste all right. They fill a gap. Seafood sticks, not to be confused with the seafood diet. A friend of mine was on a seafood diet. He saw food and he ate it. Lillian says, I think you need cake to celebrate every day. I know, right? I had an extra fish sticks to celebrate. And Terry says, my daughter taught me how to eat a cupcake. Split the bottom off and put it on the top, creating a sandwich of frosting. No more frosting up your nose.
If only I'd known that before I got frosting up my nose.
See,
what I do is I eat off half the frosting because I really like it. And then that leaves enough and then I bite it. So I'll take the top off and
then you...
Yeah.
Do you know what I used to really love? We'll get on to crafting in a minute. We're talking about everything, but what are they called? The little cupcakes with are they called fairy cakes with the butterfly? Yeah, and you scoop out the top, put your frosting in, and then replace the bits that you've cut out. Butterfly cakes or fairy
butterfly
cakes?
bun.
Butterfly bun.
Butterfly bun or fairy cake, interchangeable. My husband loves those. With a big, silly. It's gone now. With a big teaspoon of jam in, so scoop it out. Big teaspoon of jam. Then frosting on, then the top in half like that.
We just heard as well that Jenny, also eats her cupcakes the way that Terry's daughter's just suggested with the... Well, there you go.
Well, there you go. Thank you for sharing.
Knew that. Well, I suppose we better get talking about some craft, really, because we could talk cupcakes all day. Let's get talking, though, about craft, and let's get talking about Leann's sparkling Starbuy, which comes with 100 bonus points as well. There's loads in here, as you're about to see in just a few moments' time, with a huge saving and the bonus points on top of it as well. By the way, we will try and get through as much as we can on this show, but there are lots of other items on the show where you will see little sneaky bonus points thrown in for good measure too. But this deal is phenomenal, Leann.
It really is. It's fantastic, and it certainly is a sparkling deal. I've got so much for you in this collection, and it's really all about adding that little extra je ne sais quoi to whatever you're doing. Adding a little accent, a little embellishment, a bit of shimmer, a bit of shine, a little bit of something. Ooh, that's better because I've got that on it. And everything is in this bundle for you. So what you're paying for in this bundle is firstly our 3 sets of metallic paint markers, and that is your gold, your silver and your warm copper tone, which actually that's this one, the warm copper tone. It's a bit rose goldy as well.
Yeah.
Ben. Yeah, we're saying copper, but it's a bit warm rose copper, if that makes it beautiful, beautiful colour. And you have 3 different nibs in each one of those packs. So you're getting 9 pens, 3 silver, 3 gold, 3 of the copper. and you've got a chisel, a large bullet and a fine nib pen. Brilliant for writing, and they'll work on any surface for colouring.
Yeah.
You can do your pebbles, your ceramics, your wood, your desktop, your glasses. You can do them on card. You could write on the window if you wanted to. There are so many different things you can do with these. There's no limitation, and the quality is exceptional. I'll show you how they work on black card in just a second.
Okay.
You're also getting our 3 sets of glitter markers as well in this collection. So you're getting 18 different glitter markers, and this is what you're paying for. And each of those sets, different colours inside, so no colour repeats. These are also really good. So they're brilliant for colouring. I use them to write inside my gift cards and gift tags. I even, in a meeting, will write notes with one of these, or if I need to make something stand out.
Makes it memorable.
I'll write that word to make it stand out. So just so fabulous, brilliant for colouring in or artwork as well. School holidays coming up at the end of May, these would be great for the kids. They really would, they're fantastic. And if you have shrink wrap rattling around, shrink plastic rattling around in a cupboard from years ago, and you fancy revitalising and having a little go making some toppers, they'll work brilliant on your shrink plastic too. So you're getting all 18 of those, that's what you're buying.
Yeah.
The rest of this, you're getting free of charge.
Free of charge?
You're not paying for any of what I'm about to show you. We have got, well, we'll do this first. We've got our 12 metallic pencils, which are absolutely phenomenal and get so well reviewed by all of you. So many of you who get these say, oh my word, I didn't realise they were going to be so buttery soft. I didn't realise the colour payoff was going to be so good. Didn't realise I could blend them in that way. They're fantastic. When can you get more? I've used all of mine up. Really, really good quality. And I'll just show you the level of opacity you get when you're colouring with these, and the colour payoff you get when you're colouring with them onto your black cardstock is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So without very much pressure at all, you see I'm using the silver there onto black card, and when I wiggle that at you, you can see that lovely metallic sheen and shine, and just how opaque it is because there's no black card showing through that lovely lay down of colour. You can also ombre colours, so you can change colour, you can blend with them as well if you want to. And I'm just going to use a blue alongside here, and you can see again lovely solid opaque metallic coverage on that black cardstock. Take a purple alongside, blend that out, and again I get that lovely opaque lay down of colour. I'm not really having to use any pressure at all, and I can blend those 2 colours together, burnish them to get that lovely ombre. And when I pick that up, and again I do the little wiggle at you, you can see how the blue and the purple will join, and each one of those colours just catches the light beautifully. All 12 of these colours will do that for you, and you've got all 12 of those beautiful colour tones in that set for you, which is truly, truly lovely. And I'll just wiggle that, you can see. Beautiful metallic payoff, and all of them coloured on black card, so you can see how opaque they are. They'll work equally well on your white cardstock. And they're great for adding a little accent or highlight to a watercoloured or a pencil coloured image, actually. So they'll play with all of the other things that you've got at home. You're getting 3 of our sparkle marker sets.
Yes.
These are the original. So the first sparkle markers we brought out, they're a water-based dye infused with a microfine glitter, with a brush nib for you to apply that. And all of the watercolour effects you will have seen me and the other demonstrators here at Crafters TV show you over the years with our aqua markers and the Duo Aqua. All of the techniques can be done with these sparkle markers, every single one of them. So if you go and look at those techniques, you'll be able to replicate that. The amount of shine you get on these. I feel almost like I need to open one and show you, Ben.
Open one.
Should I do it, Ben?
Hey?
I mean, should I do it?
Yeah, you should do it.
I'm going a little bit.
Come on, go rogue.
I'm going rogue, Ben.
Go improv-y.
I'm doing it. I'm going to show you because I think you don't realise how fabulous these are until you see the intense shimmer that you get from them in the watercolouring you can do. So I've taken out the pink one here. A couple of little things to be mindful of when you start using it first. Shake it well.
Yes.
You've got to shake it to wake it.
That's it.
So that mixes all of the sparkle into the tube. Now I'm going to shake it up and down. I'll wiggle it. I'll tap it against my hand. Wiggle it. just a little bit. That can go on the list. Yep. Can you hear?
Oh yeah.
It's got little ball bearings inside.
Oh, okay.
So that will mix all of the very microfine glitter into the dye, and it's really important that the first time you use it, you just pay a little bit of attention to do that. You don't know how long they've been in the package, and you don't know how they've been lying, vertical or horizontal, and so you want to make sure that you get a good mix of your glitter. So once you've done that, we then screw off the top, remove this little yellow ring. That comes off and goes away, and you never need that again. Then you screw this back on, and when you screw it back on, down past where the yellow ring was, that perforates the chamber and makes sure that the ink can then flow into the brush nib because it's no longer being stopped. So you've perforated it, you've got the ability now for the ink to flow. We've then got the word push here, moulded onto the barrel, both sides. I really wish when I designed these I hadn't put push.
What do you wish you'd put?
Gently squeeze. Because a lot of people will take the word push literally and go and then they're sad when all the ink comes flying out. Yes. So you're going to gently push, and when you gently push, you'll see, did you see there? A little bit of ink just came out just there. You can see that in the valve. So I know that will start to travel down. So capillary action, oh, by the way, I must just say, the brush feels hard when you first open it up. That's just the binder we've put on there to keep it moist. But look, you can see the ink coming down all the way straight away. There it is. And that's just with one tiny little gentle push. Just leave it, and capillary action will get that ink moving for you. So you see, I'm not pushing it all now. I'm just letting the brush backwards and forwards do the work for me. If at any point you would like a little bit more ink, you can gently squeeze and you'll get a little bit more, but you don't need to push and flood a lot out. There we go. So now the capillary action's working beautifully. Oh, yeah. Sparkle ink is coming out, and you can see the intensity of that colour. Now, if I just stop there for a minute, you could look at that, Ben. I'm just going to wipe my finger because I've got sparkle ink on it, and you know I'm just going to get that somewhere it shouldn't be. There we go. When you look at that now, you'll be like, it's not very sparkly, Leann.
It's not the most sparkly.
Where's the sparkle? Yeah. That's because it's wet. So when you dry it, the moisture interferes with the sparkle in the marker. And when you dry it, that moisture goes, and then it brings all of the sparkle to the fore. So I'm hoping you can see the lights do interfere with it a little bit here, I have to say. Let me just see if I can do it here for you. And I'm trying to get it's the studio lights interfere with it, but when you take it to the natural window, to the daylight, that's when you really do get the payoff of all the glitter.
It's difficult sometimes under these lights too. I find it so hard sometimes to show you like a sheen on a card stuck under the lights.
See, I can see that. It's literally dancing, but I think maybe the camera isn't doing the justice to it.
No. Go on, George. Go on, George. Get in there, son.
Can you see it?
Yes.
There you go. It really is beautiful. The glitter is microfine, and you get really, really beautiful, beautiful results. So you're getting all 9 of those in there as well. You're also getting a whole pack of 40 sheets of our matte black cardstock.
Yes.
And when we're giving you all of the metallic paint markers, when we're giving you the metallic pencils, you definitely need your black cardstock to be working on. So having those and having all of that for £54 or $72, I think is fantastic, Ben, because you're getting an awful lot of free stuff in there.
You are getting an awful lot of free stuff, and you also get 100 bonus points on top of that as well. I don't know why I said like that. 100 bonus points, mate. Couple of questiones, if we can. Leanne, says Stephanie Theodos, I have heard store sparkle pens upright and flat. I am confused. Please tell me. Upright.
But make sure that you do the wake before you turn. When you store them upright, the glitter, microfine glitter, will all gather at the bottom.
Yeah.
So then you need to really be shaking them before you use them. When you've took the yellow cap off, if you left a lot of ink in the valve, if you didn't use it till it was dry, you can get some splattering inside your lid, which is why some people like to put them horizontal, so it's a more even distribution of the glitter that settles along the length of the barrel. So yeah, I've known people store them both ways, but I always advocate upright, and then you don't get any ink leaking. Just make sure that you shake the glitter in.
Thank you. And Terry Anderson, this is what we're here for, by the way. Ask questions. I like questions. If we get enough questions, we can maybe go and sit down, Nicola, in Essentials Corner for an hour and just chat questions. No. Well, we could do. If we get enough questions, we can go and sit over there. I'm quite happy to go and sit down, you know, in the comfy chairs. You just give me the heads up, guys. Just give me the heads up. Terry says, will the metallic pencils behave like the colour blends where you could use blending solution if you wanted to, or are they more like the aqua pencil?
The metallic ones are colour blend. You could use the solution if you wanted to. They will not move with water. They will form a waxy layer.
Right.
Was that the question?
Yes. Are you just trying to get some more sparkle over there?
Well, I've just used a different colour, which I think will play with the light better. And so, because I really want you to see it, I felt a bit disappointed that you can't see what I can see here. I think that's really important for you to be able to see that when I'm telling you that a pen sparkles. You want to see that it sparkles, and I think the blue will show you that sparkle. There you go.
That's
so
it
it's
there.
interfering the light. There you go.
That's
so
the shot.
That's what you can see in the pink with my eye, but it just wasn't catching the light in the studio, where you can see the blue one out of the packet. You get that beautiful microfine glitter, shimmer and shine. And you can watercolour with them. You can do all of your background techniques with them. So much you can do with them, Ben. They're really, really great. Use them to stamp with. Watercolour, just colour with them directly. Spritz them for bleach them. Possibilities are endless.
Absolutely. 100 bonus points on that today. Look at the saving that you're making. Look at the price that you're paying. Only £54, $72. And when you factor in all of the freebies that you get in there, that is huge value for money. Alison Marr says, I am excited to get this set as I love the glitter pens. And Tracy Anderson says, perfect. Read the question about the metallic pencils. Thank you for clearing that up. That's what we're here for. Ask the questions. Send in your pictures. Come on, let's create a big gallery. I hear we have a few pictures, but not as many pictures as I would have hoped. We need more, so send in those pictures. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Whilst we are looking for more pictures, let's have a look at this little mystery bag that we've got here. Oh, more questions coming in. So in this mystery bag, let me show you what you're going to be paying for and then what you're going to be getting for free. Sparkle, that's what we want on a celebration. 3 years of Colour Me Happy. You want sparkle, you want glitz and glamour, you want pizzazz. If you picked up any of our glue pens recently, then these will work absolutely wonderfully with them. Our amazing luxury gilding flakes. 3 50ml pots that you're going to get here. I love the fact, as I said earlier on, that we do different colours of these as well, right across the spectrum. Come on, I think, whilst these look great when you can see the bottom of the tub, I think you almost need to have a little look inside to see just how gorgeous these are. And let's also bear in mind with these that 50ml tub, if you're thinking 50ml doesn't seem like a lot, you don't have to use a huge amount of these at all to get that sparkle. In fact, I find when I've watched our guys use these, the majority of what they actually put out in the first place goes back in the tub. So you've got tons and tons here to be working with in your patina set. That one is your beautiful verdigris. Then you've got this rich copper in here too. Oh, come on, how stunning. As we said earlier on, it's kind of good if you, once you do get these, to dispense these into larger tubs. It just makes it a little bit easier for you to be using these, because you will find that little bits and pieces will go everywhere if you keep them in the smaller tubs. And then this gold, the sun glow, how stunning is that? That is just literally the most beautiful pot of sparkle I've ever seen, and you're getting it all in this collection. 3 tubs of your 50ml gilding flakes. I'm getting covered in it, which is fine. I don't mind that. Don't mind going home sparkly. So you're paying for that. You're also going to be paying for one of our Harmony quick dry ink pads in the lemon tonic. Plus, if you love the colour sparkle pens that we had in the last set, we've got your glitter pens in the clear overlay here, which means that you can now add these to whatever colours you want, because you've got that crystal clear overlay. And again, you can now sparkle up pretty much everything. Those 3 items, you're paying for. And then everything else I'm about to show you in the bag here, you are getting for absolutely nothing, free, gratis, nada, zilch, zero, nout. A couple of your illustrators. Now, great little way to try these out. Maybe you've never used these before and you've perhaps not thought about getting a whole collection. We're giving you 2 here. So you're going to get your Alpine Green, AG4, and then your Cherry Red in there. Just worth bearing in mind that these are the exact colours that you will get. So, if, sometimes with mystery bags, we say, products vary or colours vary. If you do buy 2 of these, you will get duplicates. We're also going to give you for free your acrylic paint markers. These, again, are absolutely fantastic. You're going to get them in your 4 colours there, the red, the yellow, the green and the blue. And once again, pretty much like those metallic markers, these will take to most items actually. And I see these also as a great thing to maybe get crafting with the kids. I know they've just gone back to school today, but as the half term will be upon us before you know it, these are the kind of things I think they will absolutely love crafting with. Again, this is just a great case in point here that they work beautifully on loads of different materials, even on little rocks and stones. Do you know what, they did a little thing, it's probably a few years ago now, but I absolutely loved it. I think I've said to you before, around our village, they have these little sort of positivity stones that people will decorate up. Or write a little message on, and then if you find it, you get to kind of read it and appreciate it, and then you hide it somewhere else for someone else to find, which I think is a really lovely thing. But they did something recently, well, I say recently, probably a couple of years back, at a primary school, Daisy's primary school, where they had a little rock snake, and they were all encouraged to build this snake around the playground, and basically they could colour in a rock if they wanted, they could draw a picture on it if they wanted, they could write a little positive affirmation on it if they wanted, and these are the kind of pens that you would be using to sort of achieve that effect. They are brilliant, and you're getting them for free. Little, I think it was called the Snake of Positivity or something, or I might have made that up, but it was so much fun. So much fun. And I still love walking around my village now and still finding the little, I mean, I don't like particularly go out looking for them, but if you're just sort of out walking the dog and you'll see one, pick it up, read it, place it somewhere else, put a smile on somebody's face. We need more smiles, don't we? Next up, for free, and again, can't quite believe that we're doing this, you have got your tricolour brush pens in the burgundy barrels, as our Craig would say. These are the new ones launched at birthday, of course. You're going to get the Escape to the Sea collection here, which you're getting the 3 pens, but as we discussed earlier on, you're getting the 3 different shades, the hues, if you like, sorry, the light, the medium, the dark. You've got your breaking waves, you've got your deep sea, and then your sand dunes within that too. Then for free, you're going to get a set of your classics, dual-ended alcohol markers with your fine nib, and then you've got your chisel nib. What I love about this too is if perhaps you are moving on from your tri-blends, you're used to that 3-pen blend, and then you've bought sets of classics before potentially, and you're thinking, well, where are my different blends here? Obviously, you'll find them across the ranges, but this one has been done brilliantly for you because you've got your purple violet in 3 of the pens. So you've got your PV2, PV3, PV4. So your 3-pen blend, but in 3 pens rather than in the one with your tri-blends. And then you've got your violet there as well. So your PL2, your PL3 and your PL4. So it makes it nice and easy for you, nice easy transition to go from your tri-blends into your classics. That's what you're getting for free. And alongside that, we are also popping in one of our metallic ink pads as well in the bronze. So that's free, that's free, that's free, that's free. Those are free when you buy those. And when you think about it, for £32 or $40, that is crazy value, isn't it? I've just been reminded that this is just a 24-hour only deal. What I would also say is that we haven't got huge amounts of stock on this, not like a cartload stock. So if you are thinking, shall I, shan't I? You could be out of luck as far as the stock is concerned. You could be out of luck as far as the clock is concerned. So if you like it, don't wait. Grab it now. Thank you. Rachel says, I still remember the Ladybird stone that you did with those acrylic markers. It's very, very pretty. I might take another picture of it tonight and stick it on my socials again. Shadiah, no, not Shadiah. Stephanie says, I've sent in my pick, Ben. Thank you, Stephanie. We've got it. Nicola says we've got it. Don't you worry. And Alicia says, read the sparkle pens. If you don't use the sparkle pens often, How often do you need to shake them?
Just before you use it.
Okay.
Yes, you don't need to. It's not like
You have to kind of.
one of them bread. It's not like a sourdough base where you have to keep feeding it or anything like that. So or a triffid where you have to keep feeding it plant food. You know, like what little rocker? What do you call it?
Oh, the Venus flytrap.
Them where you have to keep giving them the odd flower.
Little shop of horrors.
That's it, Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
That's the one. Thank you. You can just leave them until you want to use them again. Just make sure you give it a vigorous shake before you use it. So just before you use it. You don't need to keep turning them like a mattress or anything like that.
I've just got this impression now in my mind of like crafters just walking through their craft room and just going shake, 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 putting them back in, walking away.
Walking away.
Yeah,
you don't need to do that.
No. Right. Mystery Bag's busy. Sparkle deal is busy. Also been very busy today. The Academy of Colour. This again is a 24-hour deal. Ends at midnight. The price is exceptional on this. Let's just be very, very clear about that. £68 or $92. I've not written it down on my notes, but I do want to say that this is the best deal. Certainly, if it's not the best deal, one of the best ever prices that we've done this for. £148, $197. £85 or $115, £68 or $92 if you're platinum. If you haven't yet jumped on this journey, then this is the day to do it. Boy, oh boy. And we had some messages earlier on from people who were kind of umming and ahhing, thinking about doing it. I say today is the day for you to join this. If you don't know about it, Leanne's going to explain all about it. But again, let's get the comments coming in on this. If you weren't in on the earlier show, if you are already on the Academy of Colour, let us know why you love it. Let us know how it has helped you to improve your colouring. And then we can read all of those testimonials out for everybody else too. And we chatted about this earlier a little bit, Leanne, didn't we? Because we're 3 years for the Colour Me Happy anniversary. And this has got to be one of the best things which has come out as far as helping people to achieve their colouring goals is concerned over the last 3 years.
Absolutely, Ben. I couldn't agree more, wouldn't disagree with you. It is absolutely fabulous. Spectrum Noir started its first journey 9 or 10 years ago now. I think it's 10 years. Somebody must check that. I'm sure it's got to be 10 years.
Yeah.
And we started to make colouring accessible, and I make no apologies when I say what we wanted to do when we developed Spectrum Noir was remove the snobbery and elitism that can exist in colouring spaces and make it accessible, achievable and affordable to all.
Yeah.
So that's where we started 10 years ago, and we've stuck by our morals on that. I think we do a very good job of that. Academy of Colour really wanted to help those of you who were saying, I've bought my Spectrum products and I'm scared to use them, I've bought them, I've left them in the packet, I colour in, I'm never pleased with what I've achieved, my colouring never looks like your colouring, Leanne, why can't I get the results I can see you getting on the TV? I've watched 27 YouTubes and it doesn't look anything like it. So many of you used to send us those messages all the time, and so we wanted to develop a programme which would give you the tools exactly that are going to be used in the education, good quality tools, but also give you the educational piece to support you so that we can take your hand on a journey and hold your hand through that entire journey so that you are experiencing the sit as if you were sat in a room with me, and that you can get the same results at home. And overwhelmingly, you all say that that is exactly the experience you've had, which I think is phenomenal. The box itself, when you get it home, is glorious.
It is.
And you can see at the beginning there, it says your colouring journey starts here.
It's the start of a movie, isn't it?
Isn't it? It's a bit Star Wars, isn't
Yes.
it? It's a bit Empire Strikes Back. And then the boxes that you get after says your colouring journey continues, your colouring journey continues, and then it's a congratulations, you've done it.
You did
which
it.
is just absolutely, I mean, I love it. I love everything about it. So we're starting our journey with this box, and when you open it, and can I just take a moment, this. Oh.
Do it again. Oh, you can hear the quality.
That little magnetic closure is so satisfying. George wants the Star Wars music to play when we open it. I'll try that for the next time for you, but it doesn't sound like that. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
We'll try for the next time.
But
when you open it up, inside the box, the first thing you can see are your duo alcohol markers. You've got 16 pens and 2 colours in each, so 32 colours of alcohol marker there. And they're brush nib, so brush nib on either side. Colour 1, colour 2, they're split in two. 2 different colours each marker. On your next layer, you've got your Duo Aqua, which is your watercolour markers. You've got 8 markers, 16 colours. You've got your white acrylic paint marker for all of your highlight and your spots of light in your colouring.
Yeah.
You've got your spritzer for your techniques. And you've got your large background brush and your detail painting brush included in there for you. In here, you've got 3 sets of stamps. You've got a 7x7 and 2 8x8s. You've got a painting palette in here. Ours has disappeared, but you have got one in your box, which allows you to do your blending. And then you've got your watercolour and alcohol card in the bottom there. So that's everything that comes in the box. I'm going to show you those details in a little bit more, contents in a little bit more detail in a second, Ben. You also get this fabulous faux leather binder, which is a beautiful quality leather feel and houses everything that you're going to collect across your journey. This comes alongside the Academy of Colour. When you open this up, you've got your index, tells you your duo colour introduction, which is the box you've got now, and then you've got a section for each of the subsequent launches that we'll do all the way to the end. And then you see what we do is we give you the mounting panels to mount the stamps that you're going to be using. They're our basic technique light and shade and dimension stamps. I'll talk to you about those. Our watercolour stamps and our alcohol stamps in this box. And then you've got space for each, through here for each next launch, so you've got the space to store your stamp panels.
Yes.
Each section comes with a little plastic wallet, so you get 7 of these. And these are great for keeping your work in progress.
Yeah.
So you can see how you're doing on your journey. Could be your little colour charts, it could be that you write down there the pens that you use so you can remember. You could keep your pre-stamped images that you haven't yet coloured. You can keep your different watercolour effects right on the top of each one, what the watercolour effect is that you've achieved, so you know what you're doing as you go along. And that's great for just cataloguing your progress then, or keeping yourself organised, whatever you want to do. That'll go in your little plastic wallet. So that's what your faux leather binder's for. My stamps are sliding out. I just have to say as well, I included this on purpose. Can you see? We've got this little slidey out bit inside.
Oh, yeah.
What I want you to do is in there, take this Academy of Colour out and put in there the image that you've coloured most recently that you're the most proud of.
Oh, I love that idea.
And that's a little reminder to yourself of your journey as you go along, and it will change as you go along your journey. And it's brilliant to do that. And so many of you said, I never thought of that, but I'm loving the fact that the next thing I do when I go, oh, I love it, cut it up into a little square, put it in there, and every time I put it back, I'm like, oh yes, I really, really enjoy doing that. It's just that motivational reminder of how far you've come.
Yeah.
So that's what you're getting. Now, here are the colours of the marker.
Okay.
So you can see they're all of your alcohol marker colours, all 32 of them. These are all of your Duo Aqua, all 16 of them. We've got a set of stamps which are your light shade dimension, your basic technique. Then you've got a set of stamps dedicated to watercolour, 8x8, and an 8x8 set dedicated to alcohol colouring.
Yep.
That's what they're for. We can see our markers there as well. And then what I want to do is just talk to you about some of the educational pieces we have.
Yes.
Now, you would be forgiven for saying, why on earth, Leanne, have you given us 3 boring stamps of a circle, a cylinder, a triangle and a heart?
I asked you earlier, but I'll ask again. Why on earth have you included those really boring stamps in
Even
there?
John wants to know, it's like, why?
Why, John? Can you go in and ask?
Why?
Just go and ask. Just quickly go in and ask Leanne.
Why?
I'll tell you, John.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. We've done that for practicing your dimension and your shading and your light source.
Yeah, come on, John, that's why.
That's why, John. Is it not obvious, John? So you're going to be able to colour each of those 3 separate shapes. You can see where the light source is coming from a different direction. With those basic shapes, you can then take them to your larger shapes. So, for example, the cylinder translates to the plant pot.
Yes.
The triangle can translate to the butterfly wing. The sphere can translate to the cherries. So it gives you the confidence to take those basic shapes and apply them to other imagery. So you can see, again, with the sphere, the dimension with the lantern there. So it's all about the practice. And actually, people who've got Academy of Colour at home, leave comments for those people who are at home wondering, why would I want to do that? Let them know how useful it is just colouring those 4 shapes and how much it helps you.
Yeah.
These are all of the other stamps coloured in different stages, in your watercolour and in your alcohol marker, but you don't need to see that, because what you want to know is, what are you going to learn? Well, these boards are all of the techniques that I cover for you in the education. And let me just tell you, before I go through these boards actually, there is a card in your Academy of Colour which takes you to a link or a QR code, takes you to the exclusive education that I keep referring to. Currently, on that link, there is 16 hours of education available to you already. And those 16 hours are uninterrupted, not presented, me and you sat together, where I take you through everything step by step personally. So we don't have any interruption, we don't have any little cells, we don't have any social comments, we don't have any housekeeping to tell you. We're just talking about the technique and we're learning on the journey together. There are six of those hours specifically related to this box that you're buying today. 6 hours of education, 3 for alcohol and 3 for watercolour. And these are the techniques that I cover in these 6 hours. So you can see this is our basic technique board, that basic stamp that I showed you earlier, where you've got your triangle, your cylinder, your heart and your sphere coloured in different ways to make that item, that shape, look a different dimension, as if a light is shining on it in a different direction. And you can see how that, especially the cylinders in the centre, how they now look cylindrical rather than just a flat image, and how that is then applied to all of the shapes over here to make them look 3D and dimensional. So the basic techniques you learn with these, you apply to these, and it makes them pop from the page. That's the first bit of education that you learn. We'll then move on and we'll look at doing, creating a custom colour. We'll look at doing a smooth blend. We'll look at doing a three pen blend, which you can see on the big fairy in the middle there. We'll do an ombre, we'll do some palette blending, we'll do hair and skin, and we'll do movement in clothes and fabric, all in that education. We'll then move on and we'll do some more palette blending. We'll do different textures on the little dogs there, flicking and stippling. We'll look at how to create cylindrical items with our plant pot. We'll look at how to give real dimension and flashes of light on the cherries. And we'll do some more custom colour with some florals. You'll see we'll continue to do that, all of those techniques that we've learned, but we'll do them in watercolour. Everything you've just seen was alcohol. We'll then look at how we achieve the similar things with watercolour, and we'll look at different watercolour techniques. You can see there with the thistle. And then we'll start to look at some background techniques as well with our duo aqua markers. So we'll look at 12 different background techniques that you can create. And all of that and more is in that 6 hours of education that we complete. There's also a Facebook group that we would strongly suggest that you join, because there's over 5,000 people in there now, and that Facebook group is where you can get your support, your tutor support. So when you're in that group, you can share the colouring that you've done, you can receive feedback. I pop in there regularly, our other Spectrum colorists, professionals all pop in there regularly, and also your peers who may be at a different point in the journey from you will give you help, support and guidance as well. It's a true community based on the love of colouring and the support of each other and lifting each other up, and although I don't love the word, empowering each other on their journey. And it really is the most positive experience. I can't stress that enough. If I just show you some of these things, we will also, at the end of every education session, I'll upload for you cheat sheets like this, the photographs, all into the Facebook group and onto the website. So you get my sheets to copy from, where I show you and tell you what I've done. I'll give you examples of the colour in different places. You can see on this side, this is all coloured with red. This is with a grey underlay. Look at how much more it pops and shines and how much more dimension you've got. Same with these lanterns. And it's for lots of other images as well. We do with a tree. We do it with so many different things. I'll then also upload all of my step-by-step instructions and my colour charts. So, for example, all of my colour charts for hair and skin are included for you, for alcohol and for watercolour, so that you can use those as a cheat sheet, take the colours and achieve the same results for lots of different tones of skin. I mean, considering you're paying for that today, if platinum price 68 or 92, and if you just say that's worth it, it's actually all of that stuff that you're not paying for that makes it worth it.
Yeah.
The value in the product that you're paying for, the physical items you get home today, are worth so much more than that. We know what it's sold for when we brought it out. We know what the value is. It's worth that. It's more than worth the price you're paying on the screen. All of that stuff that we're not charging you for, all of that education, those cheat sheets, those hours, the colour combinations, the selections of pens, how to put your light and shade in, the 6 hours that you've got just sat with me, going through it, that is priceless, Ben.
It is.
And it's what actually everybody, I can't think of a person who hasn't said to me, I love my Academy of Colour, it was worth it, but actually I would have just paid the money for that, for the education and what have you, because that's what's really given me the help, support and value. That's what I appreciate most, the thing I haven't paid for, which is absolutely incredible, I think, and it's unique to Academy of Colour.
Well, that's the thing as well you need to think about, is that if you just take those 6 hours, for example, for that box, right? So 6 hours of tuition, one-to-one tuition, you must have done classes before, whether it be, I don't know, a piano lesson, or like, take my daughter, for example, who's doing, horse riding. That was in a class with other people. Think about how much you're paying for like 1 hour of tuition from, someone who is an expert in their field. I mean, if you're paying £20–25 an hour, I mean, you're doing pretty well, aren't you?
You are.
You're getting 6 hours, which is, like you say, priceless, really,
Priceless.
isn't it?
And can I just say it's there forever?
Exactly right, yeah.
We're not going to switch it off. So that will just stay there, and you can go back and watch it as many times as you like, and we encourage you to do that, and it will always be there as a support mechanism for you. And so if you forget something, you think I need a little refresher, go back and watch it again. And of course you've got that Facebook group there as well with everybody in to help and support you.
This is one of those things, I used to say this earlier, I feel like we could chat about this for the next hour because it is that good, and there's so much to chat around it, and there's so many great comments coming through as well. I'll read a couple. Just to say also that obviously you can pick this up today at that amazing price. If you go on the website too, you're thinking, I really like the idea of this, and I want to now start thinking about getting some of the other collections. A lot are still available on the website. You've got the portraits in stock, the characters in stock, the feathers and fur, and the flora and fauna as well. So you can jump in and grab those. And yeah, do double check. I think you'll find those in the individual section as well, because they're individual items where you get your extra 10% off the price, which is already incredible. Just a few comments coming through here about this. If you're not yet swayed on the Academy of Colour, Carol says, I cannot tell you how wonderful the Academy of Colour is. Such fun and relaxing. Leann is a fantastic teacher and I absolutely love it. Thank you, Leann, says Carol Fisher.
Oh, thank you, Carol.
Hannah Gosling-Smith, and this is what we're talking about. I started drawing in January, but my colouring was making it look childlike. I started the Academy of Colour 2 weeks ago, and it turns out I can actually colour. My art GCSE could have gone so differently, says Hannah.
I feel your pain, Hannah. I mean, literally, my art teacher used to tell me to bring a magazine into the lesson.
Used to do what?
Tell me to bring a magazine into the lesson.
That's really
yes,
mean.
said, Leann, you're wasting your time here. Just bring a magazine to the next lesson. That's a true story. I can't draw to save my life, but I can colour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone can. This is the point, like Lynn, who was saying earlier on, I can't colour with pens. I bet you can. And I bet you can when you pick this up today at that amazing price. And Mary Beth has just joined us saying the Academy of Colour with Leann is outstanding. Leann is the best teacher for colouring. She explains the reasons for everything. The education is priceless, as we've already touched on. And whilst I'm doing myself out of a job here, the other thing is Leann's already touched on it. It's hours of education uninterrupted. It's there for you forever. And even if you don't pick it up first time, you can just go back and do it again. And going into, if you've ever done like classes before, a lot of you know, I did some signing classes at the back end of last year, and I paid a lot of money for them individually, because I paid for individual lessons because I was doing the actual classes, and you get other people there who would start chatting about other stuff, go off on a tangent. You're there for an hour and you're thinking, you've wasted 20 minutes going on about something else. So to have the individual one-on-one tuition, you literally can't put a price on that. So please, please, please jump in and grab this today and take that first step on your colouring journey. Become the colourist that you've always wanted to be. Lillian just saying, I wasn't even allowed to do art at school.
That's shocking.
At least you're allowed to take a magazine in.
I mean, I was at my art teacher. This is the hilarious thing. My art teacher and my physics teacher neither had any faith in me at all. Art teacher bring a magazine in. Physics teacher wrote in my school report to my parents, Leann has absolutely no aptitude for this subject at all. Please send something for her to do in the lesson. And here I am in a career where my two products that I'm the proudest of rely on artistic skills and physics skills with the Gemini.
Yeah.
So to you, Mr. Malpass and Mrs. Art Teacher.
Can I just say, and we're going to get to a break in a second. On that front, like I did physics, and physics I just found the most impossible subject.
Yes.
It just did not go in my head. And my teacher, I won't name him, but my teacher, instead of helping me, so I would do homework, and I would try my homework, but it was rubbish because I didn't understand. And instead of him going, all right, Ben, let's take you aside and help you out here, he used to give me lines. He used to punish me for not understanding.
That's ridiculous.
How ridiculous is that?
That is bad. That's somebody who really doesn't want to be a teacher and is resenting the fact that they're having to teach.
Yeah.
I think.
That's exactly.
Because if you really want to be a teacher, you want to help people learn.
Exactly right. Because we can't all be good at everything.
No.
We sometimes struggle at stuff. So surely help the people that struggle. Don't punish them. And if you struggle at colouring, we help you.
We do.
You won't be asked to bring a magazine into this class.
And we certainly will not issue any lines.
No.
No.
Only lines on your certificate at the end once you've finished the academy saying how brilliant you are, and you'll have some letters after your name as well. You'll be able to put officially after your name once you've completed it, AOCM. No, AOCG, Academy of Colour Graduate.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Anyway, moving swiftly on. We're nearly an hour into the show already. We've just been chatting away. So let us have a break. Don't forget that 10% code on the website, CMH10 if you're buying individuals. Don't forget we've got 15% off embossing folders and stencils, which will tie in rather nicely with some of the goodies that we've got on the show today. And we'll come back with more inspiration, more education. We'll have a look at some of your pictures, and feel free to keep asking those questions and sending in those testimonials. That's what we're here for as we celebrate 3 years of Colour Me Happy.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
I have to tell you, every single person works tirelessly behind the scenes, and I can't just give a shout out to one person, because for me it has to be John, Tracy and Jake.
Going to give a shout out to our backstage hero, and I'm actually going to say heroes. It has got to be our product coordination team. It's got to be.
Because without those three people, when we're on air, we wouldn't be able to function like we do. They make sure we have everything we need, right from the samples to the product to having a drink of water throughout the show. They really look after us.
You see us day in, day out, 7 days a week, live on TV. We're crafting away, we're hopefully inspiring you. Every single card, every single product, every single tool that we touch has come from product coordination. Those guys are the unsung hero. They're there making sure we have the products, we have the inks, we have the tools, we have everything that we need. We have the power to actually work our Gemini ranges. The smooth running of behind the scenes of Crafters TV is all down to our product coordination team.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comforts of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
One that was really funny, Ben. You did.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we clip that? We'll do it. Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Welcome back, everybody. I've just realised how sparkly I am with the gilded flakes all over me. I love going home at the end of the day, all super sparkly. We thought we would just spend a bit of time in Essentials Corner, where we get to chat around some of the items that we've got on the show, which are individuals. So again, talking about core tools, this is a great point as well if you've got any questions over the course of the next 10-15 minutes or so, to fire them in about anything in particular. Just a few quick comments. Rennie just saying, Leann is the best relaxing teacher. I have learned so much from her. I have been enjoying my colouring journey. Well, that's marvellous. And Rhonda says, did you know you can slow down the video when re-watching?
Yes, you can do the playback speed.
Oh.
I've done that before.
What, so you be...
Yeah, it's exactly what I would be.
Slow that down. See how slow that would be, that last little bit there.
And I do talk fast, so it might be a good option. Put me on mute. Maybe put me on mute when that's happening, and just watch what's happening on the screen.
You guys are hilarious. You can slow the videos down. Good morning, Elizabeth Frelick, who says, good morning, Ben and Leann and all my crafty friends. I'm so excited because I finally broke down. I bought the Academy of Colour and I can't wait to get started. Eek, you say, Elizabeth. Well, marvellous. Do let us know how you get on. And like we said, join the groups as well. Share your projects, and they are wonderful groups to be a part of as well. If you've ever kind of got a bit scared and thinking, oh, I don't want to share stuff, we're a very kind community, aren't we?
Absolutely. And one of the things that we pride ourselves on with that group is we have just jumped on any negativity and popped it out of the group and said it's not. It's not for here. This is a kind, care and share and supportive space, and everybody is as valuable as everybody else in that group and is equally on the journey. So yeah, it's a lovely, lovely space.
Marvellous. We're going to have a look at a few tools which we've got on the shoe. So we're going to rattle through these. Anything you want to ask during this point, feel free to. But let us have a look. Oh, by the way, we do have Colorista details or deals for you on the website for you, which we'll talk about more a little bit later on. However, we do have a paper stump sander. Look at the price here, by the way. All of these tools are 10% off. Paper stump sander.
Is that 83 cents in the US?
That is 83 cents. I think that's one of the first times ever I've seen the price go into cents and with no dollarage before it.
I think you're right. Wow, so this is, if you're using your paper stumps and you're doing your colour blend, so if you've been getting your colour blend colouring going, this sander is essential for cleaning and sharpening your paper stumps. So if you've got a mucky one, I've just got one here to show you, look. So you can see, can you see that that one's been used to do some green colouring on.
see.
You can see that?
Yeah.
And now you want to do some purple colouring, for example, and you don't want the green to transfer and make it brown. Your sander takes all of that away. So you just like a nail file essentially, but you just go at an angle with your paper stump, get it to a nice point again. It'll take off all of the rubbish. You can take off any little bit that's at the end there. It'll clean it away and it'll get it back to a point so that it's pristine and ready to be used. Excellent. When you keep using it, eventually you'll wear the surface down.
Yeah.
You get several sheets in here. So you tear a sheet off and then you're ready to go again with another sheet should you need to. And it literally is just following the direction, sanding away, bringing it back to a lovely point for blending and cleaning any residual pencil off there.
Well, that's a great tool to have because anyone, if didn't know about that, may have thought they would have to buy multiple paper stumps, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So that's a handy tool to have, especially at that price today. You're joking me? £2.15 or 83 cents. I don't think I've ever said that before on a show here on Crafters TV. Not said dollars before cents, but there you go, 83 cents. Next, we're going to have a look at the brayer roller tool. Now, I've seen various people use this for various different things, but what would you potentially use your brayer for day to day?
So essentially, day to day, I use my brayer when I'm applying ink to an embossing folder.
Right.
Or if I'm wanting to get an even layer of ink. I was just looking to see if I had my open one over there in the tool so I could show you. Oh, I'm just going to open it.
You're going to
open it? Ben, I'm opening it.
Oh, you're there. Okay. Go
I'm
on, get
doing
it
it, Ben,
Get it
because I
open.
want to show you what it's like. Do you know what I mean? You need to see it, don't you? It's got a lovely wide roller on this. There we go, we'll probably fit that back in there later. So you've got a lovely wide application on it. So you can do one colour of ink to blend a background, or you can pick up 2 or 3 colours and do an ombre background. A lovely soft roller, which is essential, and a lovely spin on it. A nice comfortable handle. So I do use that for picking up ink from an ink pad and rolling it onto paper, or actually for the 4-letter press technique, I find it much easier to roll the ink on with a brayer onto the embossing folder than I do directly with an ink pad. It works really, really well. However, these are fabulous for if you've got rub-ons and you need to put your rub-ons on and you just don't want to do it with a little pencil thing. It's brilliant for that. If you've got some stickers and you need to get some pressure on things to make glue stick, for example, if you put something down with our tape pens, you know, we say rub it to make the glue stick more. You can rub with the brayer. So anything that you just need to apply pressure to, Ben, where maybe you haven't got that dexterity in your hand, a brayer is very helpful for that. Made for applying ink, let's not make any bones about it, and that is what the primary use is, but there are several other things you can do with it.
It is £7.19 today, or $10.76 is the price on that. So that, again, you've got a 10% saving, then your Club Inspire price, but I assume as that's an individual, that should be in the individual column on your website, so you can get another 10% off that with the code CMH10. So again, think about this with all of these. You will find that in the individual section on the website. Now, blending tools, we're going to come on to next. Now, I lose track of the days actually. I think it must have been Friday. I was doing some crafting with Corinne actually on one of the shows because we thought, you know, we'd have a bit of fun. Made the flower, did some embossing and some blending. Now we have a square blending tool, which is a rectangle. We also have the circular blending tool as well. Talk about the differences here, because I used both, and this is horses for courses, right? I found it a lot easier to use the circular blending tool. So when might you use one? When might you use the other? Are there pros and cons to each one?
What were you doing when you used the circular one?
I was inking up. Yeah, I think I was inking up the petals on the flower. Yeah.
And the round one would be better for that.
Would be, yes.
It would be. So the oblong ones, the rectangle, the square blending tool, which is a rectangle.
Yeah.
We are rectifying that, I have to say. Is
Wait,
definitely
what? So
better.
say that again. What?
We're rectifying it. We're fixing it.
Oh, actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it's really, once you recognise it, you can't unsee it, can you? And then it's really irritating.
But I quite enjoy going. Oh, it's
the square. That's a rectangle.
Yeah, I quite enjoy doing the whole.
Sorry, Ben, you won't be able to do that for much longer. We're fixing it. Never mind. You'll find something else.
Yeah.
So the rectangle square tool is better for a large area blend. So for your backgrounds, over onto an embossing folder, onto a square piece of cardstock, wherever you need a solid panel blending. The round one is better for edging and detail work, which is why you found the round one better on your petals.
Yes. By the way,
you'd be there for 3 weeks trying to do a background with a round one.
Yes, I can understand that. So that's the reason why you have both in your crafty armoury. And you get two replacement, well, you get the head and a replacement head with that, and you get the ability to pick up lots of replacement heads as well. Is it necessary to have lots of those replacement heads?
Yes, definitely. I have one per colour family.
Right.
Now you can wash them. So you know how you get the laundry bags for your smalls?
Oh, yeah.
You can put them in I actually put mine in the leg of a pair of tights.
Oh yeah, that would work.
Yeah, like a pop sock or a pair of tights. I put them all in there, put them in the washing machine and wash them, and they come out new. And I use them again, and I've done that several times. I've got some 10 years old that I do that with quite a lot. So you can be frugal and do that, or you can buy a new pack of refills. It's up to you. But I like one pad for each ink pad colour.
And when you say ink pad colour, so would you mean one pad across your quick dries, water actives and...
Because the colours are the same.
Yeah.
Yes. So I would have one for fuchsia, one for lemon tonic, one for parakeet, one for ocean blue. And you can vary them between whether you're using it on quick dry, harmony water reactive or pigment, depending on what you're doing, doesn't really matter. It's the colour that matters.
Yeah.
But I do wash mine in the washing machine.
I think what Craig does as well is very clever, is he has a little Velcro or hook and loop dots on the bottom of his pad, doesn't he? So that then he does, and then he attaches...
To the bottom of the ink pad.
Yes, so he never loses it.
Yes.
Which is quite clever.
Yes, you can do that too.
£2.87 or $4.31 if you want to go for the refill. By the way, I know we're getting very excited because Sheena's back this Wednesday. Go back to last Wednesday's shows and see Sheena using a square rectangle blending tool like you've never seen one being used before.
What did she do?
Oh, well, I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go back and watch. I'm feeling a bit left out.
You should definitely go back and...
I'm going to go back and watch.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm just going to text her after the show and say, what did you do?
What did you? No, you should definitely go and watch the show.
I will watch. I'll watch the show.
There were many moments across the day where a lot...
She's
we were
phenomenal.
Just like, she's great. She's great. Next up, Craft Mat. £7.19, $10.79. Use the code on this as well, CMH10, because it is an individual. Now, when am I going to be using this? Where am I going to be using this? I mean, can I use this in my craft room as my day-to-day craft mat, or am I just using it as something that I'm taking with me when I'm going away?
No, this is your everyday craft mat.
Okay.
I've always got one on my desktop. I use it on top of my glass mat sometimes. I'll use it on top of my just desk sometimes. Depends on what I'm doing, but it will go on everything, especially if you're crafting on the dining room table and you're going to be using a heat gun. You definitely don't want to be doing that unless you've got a craft mat. This is 13 by 19. It's non-stick and heat resistant. So you can use your heat tool on top of it. You can do all of your non-stick things, glue and what have you, you'll just peel straight off. It's fantastic for all of your inky techniques when you're needing to palette blend inks onto a mat if you don't have a glass mat. It's just a really good table protector and making, like your heat embossing powders and things like that, where it doesn't stick to the surface of your precious tabletop. So it is a protector and a facilitator for easy ink blending, etc.
I can imagine as well that you might be able to use that in other sort of crafty things, like for your baking and things like that.
Oh yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly what it is. And it's a nice size. It actually covers your glass mat very, very well. And you can use it both sides, double-sided.
It's £7.19 platinum price.
Brilliant if you're using your hot glue gun, Ben.
Oh, yes.
Because the hot glue doesn't ruin the surface. If you get a blob of hot glue where you don't want it, and then when it's cool, it just flicks off because it's non-stick.
Excellent news. Thank you for the comments coming through. Lillian, I said Leanne to watch the show. Don't tell her what. Basically she created this amazing background of She tore off a load of card to create like these hills and mountains on this, which was a really cool effect. And then she took like the edge of her tool and created like the sheets of rain falling from the sky with the edge of the tool, and the way that she did it was just incredible. That's what she did. Lillian was telling you. So.
Lillian, thank you, Lillian, for letting me know.
Yeah.
I appreciate you've got my back. Thank you, Lillian.
Sheena used the long edge of the rectangular pad to do sheets of rain falling from the sky. It was very impressive. I
am so excited for everything Sheena is going to teach you all in the coming weeks, months and years. I really am. She's inimitable. She's amazing.
She's what?
Inimitable. Mana. Boo boo bidoo boo. Mana. Boo boo bidoo. She's that inimitable.
Does that mean
right?
not one of a kind?
You can't impersonate her.
Ah. I was saying before the show that you and her are very similar in the way that you're both like creative geniuses, and but you know you both have that. You can teach, but you can also have like the fun and laughter as well. You're also inimitable.
Inimitable.
Inimitable. Doesn't quite work, does it? Next up, hey, mister. 4 fine spray misters, $3.59, $5.03. I mean, I suppose fairly self-explanatory, but a question I would ask, can you put other things other than just water in these? Absolutely, you can. So these are great for putting the contents of a sparkle marker in and watering it down if you want to, putting in a little bit of watercolour paint, you can do that if you want to. It needs to be a water, because you don't, anything a little bit more viscous than a water would get stuck clogged in the nozzle. Yeah. But as long as it's the texture of water, the viscosity of water, you're absolutely fine. These are brilliant for all of your background techniques, all of your aqua techniques. I've always got 4 of these full of water. They're great just for being portable and taking water around if you need to, but for all of the spritzing and spraying, you just can't get better than these, because this mist is fine. So you haven't got a big you haven't got a jet stream at your stamp. You've got a fine mist. And I've had misters in the past which are jet streams. Like a water pistol? Like a super soaker coming at your craft. And you definitely don't need that. You need a lovely fine mist. And these do a lovely fine mist for you, so they don't soak anything unless you ask it to be soaked. You're getting 4 for £3.59 if you're platinum, $5.03. And again, a 10% saving, less your platinum, less, of course, that extra 10% if you use the code CMH10. It's all on the web. Now, there you go, bottom of the screen for you. Let's talk about mini blending sponges, or the blending eggs as we like to call them. Again, great price on these. Again, are these something that you would have alongside your blending tools, or would you have these as opposed to them? Where do these kind of sit? So these are great. Some people prefer to blend with these than they do. It's preference, user preference a lot of the time. For bigger backgrounds, I do like to do these. However, you know how I was doing the daubers with the shimmer ink pads in Wake Up Call this morning? Actually, these are great as a bigger dauber. So if you want to get solid colour down more quickly, you can get that pressed down. So these would be great with your shimmer ink pads to cover more surface than the little dauber if you want to do a lot. You know how the stencil this morning I was saying, I'm not going to do it all, you don't need to stand here and watch me do it with this little dauber. If I was doing it with one of these, I'd pick up a lot more ink and apply a lot more ink to a bigger surface area more quickly. So they're great for that, but you can also blend backgrounds with them. And it's good because you've got the little point on one side for small detail, and you've got the larger bit at the bottom for wider detail. And similar to the rectangle blending tools, I do like 1 sponge per colour. Right, so it would potentially benefit you to pick up a few of these today, whilst they're at this great price, $3.59 or $5.03. Again, use that code CMH10 to get that extra 10% off. Next up, again, ridiculous prices here. $1.43 if you're platinum and you're in the UK, $6.44. Mixing palette, 7 compartments, I suppose fairly self-explanatory. Very self-explanatory, kind of does what it says on the tin. You've got that lovely flower shape. You've got 7 receptacles for water and colour. Brilliant for decanting colour into there, especially with the sparkle markers. You can squeeze some of the colour into each one of these, use it as a paint if you want to. Pop in some of your, pop your aqua, your Harmony Water Reactive on your glass mat, pick it up with a brush, pop it in here, water it down. You can do that. You can mix new colours in there if you want to, scribble inside with one of your aqua markers, and you can use that as a palette then, and it stops any contamination. Colours aren't going to bleed into each other because you've got the 7 distinct little wells. And what I actually do at home is I use the outside wells for colour and use the inside well for water. Oh, excellent stuff. Good idea. £1.43, $6.44 if you're platinum. Saving 10%, and then another 10%, of course, if you use that code. 4 print times 4 says, I do love the egg blenders. Very smooth. I hear some people use those egg blenders as well. I'm sure I haven't dreamt this to pop makeup on as well, potentially. But
they are makeup sponges.
Yeah. I should get some, really.
Yeah, dampen it first.
Oh, right, okay.
Otherwise, that won't work well.
No.
You'd be very Coco the Clown at that point. Definitely dampen it before you apply makeup.
Yeah. I mean, how many tips do you need today? Seriously, craft tips, makeup tips, they're all there for you, aren't they? Next up, an item I have never ever seen before.
You haven't?
I've never ever seen these before. Replacement nibs for your Illustrator.
Yeah.
I've never ever seen these.
Okay, so this is, I'll just show you the pack and then I'll take them out and show you, is replacement nibs for your Illustrator markers. Now, occasionally, and I'll just show you, there you go, you can see them in a little packet.
Yeah.
Can you just see there? So you get 3 of your brush nib and 3 of your super fine bullet nib. So you've got 6 replacement nibs in there. Now, sometimes when we're colouring, we do something foolhardy and ruin a nib.
Right.
And if you do something foolhardy and ruin a nib, you don't want to have to put your whole pen in the bin and buy a new pen.
You don't.
You just want to replace the nib.
Right.
So we give you replacement nibs. A foolhardy thing you might do would be to colour with an alcohol marker over the top of a colour blend pencil.
Yes.
Because then the wax, the alcohol in the marker, emulsifies the wax. The wax then solidifies on the nib of your marker and stops the ink flow.
Right.
So you'd be like, oh, well, I've ruined that nib, but you haven't ruined the pen.
No.
So just replace the nib.
Well, there you go. You learn something new every day here.
Or a child might get them, as they did in my house, and just go...
and bash them
and bash the nib. And so that was definitely broken. But the pens weren't, so I just replaced the nibs.
Yeah. Or again, I suppose if you've got pets, potentially, they could come to...
Anything can happen. And if it does, we've got you.
We have got ya. $3.59 or $5 if you want to go for the replacement nibs. And the last item, just to quickly show you in our Essentials corner, unless you've got any other questions you want to fire in, our masking tape. $5.75 or $7.19 is the price here. My memory is so terrible, but we launched this. What did we launch this with? It came with a set originally.
Did it?
But anyway, that's a buy them.
It was the stencils with the baubles, with the trees and everything.
Yes, that's what it was. But you can now buy it individually. What do I want this for?
So masking tape is brilliant for surprisingly masking things.
Is it?
Yeah, I know. It's a fantastic roll of lightly tacky paper, and rather than open that one, I grabbed mine. So you've got a huge roll, and I think if you can see, Ben, if you just, can you feel just light tack?
Oh yeah, a very light tack.
Almost like those sticky notes.
Yes.
That's almost what it feels like, sticky notes. And what you would do is stamp onto this, cut out the image, and then put that over the top of something else you've stamped, and it allows you to lay stamps over the top of each other and get a 3D look, so it puts an image behind another one. I actually cover this in the Flora and Fauna Academy of Colour with the postcard stamp. We use masking tape for that. I'm sure you'll have seen lots of people use it. Shana will have a field day with this because she'll be ripping hills and all sorts with this, and then masking. So it's great for just blocking out something on your project or your colouring that you don't want to receive any colour until you're ready, and then you can peel it away. Incredibly useful. You don't know you need it till you've got it.
You get 10 metres on that roll as well.
It's good.
It is a 10% saving today, less your Club Inspire discount, less that extra 10% if you use that code CMH10. All of the items that we've just featured are on that section of the website. So go wherever you normally shop, crafterscompanion.com.co.uk.eu, click on that individual section and you'll see all of those there. That code is there for you as well. So save yourself an extra 10%. We'll give you time to check out in just a little while, but we're going to have a look at some pictures right now with Sandra, who has been colouring her world by the look of it here.
Oh, that's fantastic, Sandra. I love that. Look at the dimension on those Wellington boots.
Yeah.
Really, really well done. I'm loving that you're taking those techniques and starting to apply it to other ranges now. beautiful. I love the pops of colour. Very well done.
How joyous is that collection, by the way?
Oh, it's gorgeous. Happy.
Yeah, very, very happy. Jan Co, goodness me, how long did it take you to colour this? Because that is impressive. Oh, she drew it on her iPad and then coloured it in with the Spectrum Noir markers.
Well, my flab has never been as gassed as Jan. That's absolutely incredible. I look at the light and shade into the dark, on the yellow, on the gold colour specifically we're looking at now, in the centre there. How it goes from the light all the way up to the dark at the top, and you get that lovely dimension on each of those petals. Absolutely beautiful, Jan. Stunning, stunning work.
You know, Baz, the mandala man,
he'd be thrilled with that.
He would be over the moon with that, wouldn't he?
Yes, he would.
That's incredible, Jan. Hats off to you. Well blooming done. Terry Anderson, you have been busy with your Academy of Colour. We've got a bit of your journey here, so beautiful.
So this is after the watercolour class from Flora and Fauna, I believe, or it might be it might be the pencils. I think it's the Duo Aqua Pencils. I think it's number 5.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful, that, Terry. I love the hydrangea at the top, and I love the colour you've got around the yellow flower in the bottom left-hand corner. Absolutely beautiful.
So good, Terry. Well done, you. And then Val, who is from Southampton, of course, Val Lloyd. Just a bit of beautiful colouring. Lovely colours she's chosen for the butterflies there.
Absolutely, I love that. You've got lots of lovely colour, you've got lovely shade and dimension, you've got things in the foreground, the background. Really, really lovely, Val.
Well done, Val. Thank you for sending that in. Always lovely to see what you're up to. And I recognise these stamps. Liz Remmer's been on the Academy of Colour. Alcohol marker Academy of Colour.
Liz, you've done an amazing job with your flicking technique there to get that texture in that little doggy's fur. We cover this in the first class with Academy of Colour that we've been talking about today. And I can absolutely see that you've followed what I've done with the little brown dog, because that's the colour I do. And then you've applied that and done the grey colour, which I think you should be very proud of. Well done, Liz.
That is incredible. Is that dog based on anyone, by the way? Any dog? No, just a random... It's a Yorkshire Terrier, isn't it?
It's a Yorkshire Terrier. Yes, just Yorkshire Terriers have lots of fur.
Yeah, yes.
I needed something with lots of fur.
Hence why it was chosen.
Yeah.
And Laura Gray, again, this is brilliant, right? The balloon there is, everything she's done is everything that you described that you teach on the Academy of Colour.
With the sphere, with the circle.
That's incredible.
Isn't it beautiful? You've got so much light and shade in that balloon, but in a subtle way where you can't go, oh, there's light and shade in that balloon, but it looks 3D coming off the page.
Yeah.
That's the skill, and it's been beautifully executed by Laura there. And a little bit of pointillism on the dragon, which we also cover for texture, and I really love that. And then you've got the transparent water, the transparent ground beneath, which is beautiful. Honestly, Laura, and I love the colour combinations you've got there, Laura, as well. Very subtle, but very impactful.
My goodness me, we've got some great colourists out there. We've got another one here from Anna Atkinson.
Incredible.
That is incredible. Is that a little invitation?
I need to go. I think I'm coming up to the screen for a look too. I think that's a peony.
With thoughtful sympathy.
Oh, my word, it's a peony. It's absolutely stunningly beautiful.
Again, the light and shade she's achieved, and the
in the turn
layers
of the petal, in the base of the petal, really looks like an exquisite piece of artwork. Anna, you should be so proud of that.
These are incredible. Mary Cilia, again using our friend, the little Yorkshire Terrier. And Mary says she's learnt a lot from you, Leann, since she's joined the Academy of Colour, and you can tell, can't you?
You really can. Mary, again, exceptionally accomplished brush strokes there on that little Yorkshire Terrier, where you can see the light on his chest, beautifully preserved highlights there, lovely texture, lovely flow for the overlaying pieces of fur there with the little feet, and then the little chest plate and the little beard and his ears coming down there. Really, really, really well accomplished, Mary. Thank you.
And there's so many pictures. Olga, I love your colour combos that you've used here with some stenciling, I guess, going on there.
Yeah, I love that. That's a really good use. I think that looks like Harmony Water Reactive, perhaps. Really, really love that.
Rachel, Radical Rachel, on the socials. She says she can't remember if it was Tri-Blends or the Duo colours from the Academy of Colour. That butterfly, though, is the that monarch, isn't it? Isn't that the massive
Yes,
stamp?
I'm just going for a look. It's my favourite butterfly. It's the big one from the vintage butterfly collection.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, look at the light. Just take a moment. Look at the light. Look at the dark areas. Look at the shine on those butterfly wings. It looks like you could pick the butterflies about to fly off that card at any moment now. Incredibly well accomplished, and that makes me happy.
I'm pleased you said that, because Rachel's just messaged saying, oh gosh, I sent one in not realising that they would be getting critiqued by Leann. But you've all passed with flying colours so far, and Rhonda, I mean, take a look at this for organisation. I mean, that is organisation right there, Leann, isn't it?
It really is. It's beautiful, isn't it? I would just like to sit and look at that.
Yeah.
That kind of organisation makes my heart happy.
Yeah, and by the way, if you need organisation when it comes to your pens and indeed your ink pad trays today, we've got you covered on this show. If you just hit the shop midday button, you'll see all of those ink pads and pen trays. And then Sandra, storing everything in your IKEA units here. Again, very impressed with the level of organisation there. Fits the Academy of Colour and also the template library perfectly. I can see a few craft kits up there as well, I think. So very good, very nice.
Absolutely lovely.
Yeah. And then Stephanie Theodos, I think, is this the last one? Oh, there's one more after this.
Oh, Stephanie. Look at that, Stephanie.
That's
absolutely beautiful pencil colouring there, I have to say. And, you know, pencils can be tricky. So to be able to get that amount of depth and shade and overlaying, you know, where you've got florals in the background, butterfly in the foreground, that is very, very well accomplished.
And last but by no means least, Terry Anderson, that elephant. Those were the designs by Sarah Kay.
Yes, they were.
With the stamp and then the little die to cut out.
Yes, to cut them out. I have to say, very accomplished work, Terry, getting the ears to look like they are behind the head. Because when that's stamped, it just is flat. And you don't get that dimension where the head feels like it's coming forward out of that flat page and the ears behind there. So to have that elephant look like it's marching forward out of the card is really, really well achieved. And I'm loving that. I can see you're all really thinking about where you're going to put your light, where you're going to put your dark, how you're overlaying those things to make those things feel like they're coming off the page. And they're all of the types of things that we learn in Academy of Colour.
Incredible. Everybody, thank you so much for sending in those pictures. What a delight. And I know as much as, you know, it's inspired us, everyone else watching as well will certainly be inspired by all of your projects. So thank you. I cannot believe the time. We are going to have a quick break. Get to the checkout, grab those deals. I know the mystery bag's proving very popular. Leann's sparkle bag is flying as well. And I know a lot of people now certainly grabbing that Academy of Colour and beginning to start their journey, not only inspired by Leann, but inspired by you guys and what you've achieved as well. It's brilliant to see. We'll come back with a bit of a final wrap up in about 4 minutes time, but right now head to the checkout.
Many of our viewers bring up time and time again, and that's our wax seal gate. Thinking dough might not work as well because I've put too much. Oh, I've forgotten to put me thing in place.
Because I have a way of words that I think that doesn't engage with that and can come out all wrong. Water.
That wasn't the one you just washed your brush in, was it?
Sorry. Yes, but it doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was. Are you kidding?
I'm going to have to say, it's a slip of the tongue. I'm going to say it's maybe to do with my Scottish accent. I'm maybe going to say it's because of Mr. Ben Mosby. He is, well, yeah, he doesn't help matters.
I've made pots that have exploded when I fired them. I've done zips in inside out. It happens to everybody.
We've all spilt our glitter all over our project or knocked the water over.
You're right.
I've just noticed I've got my dress on inside out.
So I was messing about doing some backgrounds with the sparkling, took the lid off it and managed to catch the pot somehow, and the whole thing came towards me, down my front, across my lap, onto the floor.
I went to reach for the water and, you know, do the tapping with the and so there was less tapping and more sort of a tsunami. I've got some... We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some other customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. Love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Welcome back, everybody. If you have just joined us, where have you been? You've missed such a lovely show. It's the Colour Me Happy 3rd anniversary. I think it was Patricia earlier on, because I know, Patricia, you are very good at remembering exact dates of things. Colour Me Happy, you say officially, started on the 10th of April 3 years ago, but it was April. So that's why we're celebrating it. And I know we had a bit of a Colour Me Happy celebration over the weekend as well. So we're just celebrating week long. April 3 years ago, it all began, and that's why we're celebrating. Just as a by the by, a few comments, and then I want to get onto some items that you've never seen before on Crafters TV. Tonight, slightly different. Do make sure you come back and join us. It'll be me and also Craig or Bagel. Craig is here for Monday Makers. So Monday Makers will be at the normal time on Crafters TV. So 6 o'clock, 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, midday Central. Just for an hour, all right? We're going to be featuring the Colour Your World collection. We've got some gorgeous nesting dice to bring to you too. Then we're going to have a short break at the end of that. And then it's only an hour long. And then at 7 o'clock, 2 o'clock Eastern, we're over on the Crafters US page for a foil press masterclass, which of course you are. I am going to put the shiny shirt on. I think if I've got a gold one in there, I think I'll be able to squeeze into it now. It's a look. Well, if Craig's wearing his, I've got to wear mine.
Yeah.
No?
I don't know how I feel about the shiny shirts.
No?
No.
Ah.
Yeah, I think it messes with me. I think it's just a bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. It's a little bit much, can I say?
Well, I'll see if Craig's wearing his. If he's wearing his, I'll wear mine. I'm just wearing mine. Apparently, producer Nicholas says I'm wearing mine. I'll have to wear a t-shirt underneath it though, because it's that material.
I want a bit sticky.
That it's a bit
clingy.
Like being wrapped in cling.
Yeah, clingy.
So.
You wouldn't want to wear it on a hot day.
You would not. And as Rachel just said, the studio lights will make you lose even more water weight in that. Yeah. So anyway, what was I saying? How did we even get onto that? Yes, we're doing a foil press masterclass for our US viewers. Obviously, UK viewers, you're invited to watch, but you'll only be able to shop it, of course, if you're in the US. Dana says, Leanne, I would have set my alarm if I'd have known you were on. I just love it when you are. Educational, fun, and sassy.
Oh.
Yes.
Thank you.
Can you do that again?
I can, hang on.
I love that. I'm not even going to attempt to do that because I could not sass it up as much as you did then, but that was brilliant. What is it? No, don't do it, Ben.
Okay.
You do it one more time. I ain't doing it. Jean F says, I love how encouraging Leann is. That's what it's like in our group for the Academy of Colour as well. It's all about the encouragement. It's all about helping you get the very best and feel the very best about what you're doing. Paul Prince says, Leann is such a good and fun teacher. And Laura Gray says, all the pictures were fabulous. Leann designed all the Spectrum Noir markers to be so easy to use. Now, let's bring to you something that we've not ever brought to you before on Crafters TV, something which is new to me as well. Colorista by Spectrum Noir. We've got a selection of pencils and pens and fine liner pens, glitter markers and all sorts we're going to show you over the course of the last 20 minutes or so. Well, I suppose before we just get into this, Leann, Colorista, first time on Crafters TV. What is this as an overall umbrella? Who are these for, these markers, these pencils?
Okay, so Colorista has been developed for, I would say, occasional maker or entry-level expert.
Right.
So they're great if you're starting your journey but you haven't wanted to invest in premium art product and you just want to see if it's for you. It's great if you occasionally do some things, you know, maybe it's in the school holidays or on a weekend, or you've got a colouring book and you just like to do a little bit of colouring, where you don't need the premium art materials to colour in a colouring book. You're going to get great results with these. So you're somebody who occasionally makes with younger people in the family perhaps, or teenagers, or you're wanting to see if it's for you before you fully commit to the other things that we've been showing you during the course of the day. So before you commit to colour blend or aqua blend, it'll be a good idea maybe, if you're like, I don't know, £24.99 a tin, do I really want to do that? I'm not quite sure. Is it for me? This is a great way of you deciding if it's for you, and if it is and you love it and you want to continue, then your next step would be your colour blend, and so on and so forth with all of the other things in the Colorista range. So it's a great entry-level product. It's a great product for all. It's an affordable product so that anybody can use it and not be precluded, and it's for anyone who doesn't quite need or want an artist quality product just yet.
And whilst we look at these pencils, so again, value for money is amazing. 48 pencils in total that you are getting here. And again, we'll go all around these with Leann. So you've got your bright and vivid colours in here. You've also got your floral sensations, 12. You have got your natural landscape. So again, your greens and your browns, your earth tones in there. And then you've also got the perfect portrait. So again, covering off pretty much all the colours you would need for lots of different styles of colouring. I'm imagining also, Leann, that these would be perfect for, maybe you have already got things like your colour blends and your tri-blends and all these different pens, and you know the kids are getting interested in what you're doing, and then you're thinking, do I really want to give my sort of premium end markers and pencils to the kids? This is a great way to get them involved with you, isn't it?
Absolutely it is, because they can have their own little set of pencils which look like yours, and they can crack on and do whatever they're going to do, and they're not using your premium product, so it's brilliant for that too. Having said that, I don't want you to think that they're not good quality. No. Because they're Spectrum Noir, and so they are exceptional quality for the price that you're paying. They're not at the artist level of colour blend and aqua blend, but they are not far behind, let me say, Ben. They're certainly not, you know, they're not the quality that you would see in stationers or online where you get 100 for a £5.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You know, so they're good quality still, they're just not our premium art quality.
All right. You've got the pencils that I've got there in your hand. So have you got those boards of all the different colours you've got there?
Yes, so we can have a look at the boards, and I thought I'd do a little bit of blending so you can see what they're like. Yeah. So we've got the first one. I'm going to need my glasses. Where am I? There we go. Bright and Vivid is that first one. You can see those colours are all coloured in with the pencil directly. That's not, you can see the wax flashing there under the light, so that's not computer generated. So the colours are very bold and vivid. Then we've got our Floral Sensation, and we've got our Natural Landscape, and the Perfect Portrait, which are, you know, all of them, each one of those sets really great in their own right. I'm going to start with the Bright and Vivid. Okay. So I'm just going to take a couple of these pencils out. Comes in a little tray. And then if I take the blue and the yellow, let's have a look at blending a green colour, because you see us do this with colour blend, and it's the testament of a good pencil. They have a lovely smooth lay down, Ben, so you know they're a good quality pigment and wax, and you're getting a lot of bang for your buck here, I have to say. And you can see where I'm overlaying the yellow and the green there with the blue, that I'm mixing very quickly and effortlessly a new tone of green in the middle. Now, I show you that with our premium pencils every time we take them out. And you can see that even though we are saying this is an entry-level pencil, that you're still able to achieve that using them there where we've mixed a new colour. So that means that and shows you that these are incredibly blendable. I'm just going to take these two colours, which is, I'm going to take the pink actually, pink and blue, and do the same so you can see how you would get a purple. Now you can decide to have lighter colour when you lay it down. Let me just say to you, that's where you hold your pencil. So the further to the top of the pencil you hold, the lighter your pressure will be. And the further you move your hand down the pencil, the more intense your pressure will be, because you're allowed to pressure, you're able to put more pressure on to the nib, and you can see the intensity of the colour changes with your pencil. So you can just decide how much pressure you want to put on there and colour it in. Now, can I just give you a couple of tips for colouring with pencils as well while I'm here? You can do what's called cross-hatching. And let me just explain to start. I'm going to get this very dark one. Paper and card has, if we put the surface under a microscope, the surface of your card would look like that. And when you're applying your colour, what's happening is you're filling up the little wells in the surface of the card with colour. Now, this is kind of half full because it's not intense colour, this little swatch I've done here. So my little wells might be half full. If I want to really, and you can see that's because it looks grainy still, I can still see some of the white card coming below there. So I would need to keep going over the top and going over the top and going over the top, and I'm just light pressure, keep going over the top, and that just keeps adding a little bit more colour into the well, into the well, into the well, until it starts to get full. If you want to fill it up a little more quickly, you can do what's called cross-hatching. So we go in the opposite direction, and that puts more ink in the well, in the area with the pressure to get that more intense colour. So you can see this little oblong here. Now, those little wells have more of this pink pencil inside, so that's a much more solid colour because the little wells are filling up. When you use that with two colours, and we do the blend as we did before with the blue and yellow, what happens there is you mix two colours into one of your little wells, and you get a new colour. So then you get the pink, the blue, the pink, the blue. That mixes together and will eventually give you the purple at the top. It'll get to a point where your wells are all full, about here, where you can't add any more colour. It can't be any darker. And that's when you start burnishing and you've only got wax shine. If I just wiggle that at you, you'll probably see it. You've got the waxy shine on your pencils that you can see there.
You can see that
yet? And that waxy shine means it's all filled up, and that's the deepest intensity of colour. That's the sophisticated way of doing it. Of course, the non-sophisticated way is just put a lot of pressure on straight away and do that. And you can see that's really intense pink colour, which is a full well of ink on the surface of your card. So that's what you're doing when you're adding colour. You're just deciding how much you want to add at any one time, how much pressure you're adding, and you can cross-hatch, which will, in the area where you're going over all the time, the same, it will start to fill those little wells up, and that's how you can build more intensity of colour. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Fantastic. And you know what? It's nice that we've seen a few comments coming through of people perhaps who are fairly new to Colorista. Dennis is saying, thank you for explaining what Colorista is. I had no idea what they were and now being listed. So, yes, now you know. And Patricia says, Leanne, I've taken the blending that I learned on Crafters TV to the kindergartners that I work with. And they love it, even with simple crayons. They don't do straightforward colouring anymore, but everything has to be blended and shaded. Start them young, eh?
Yes, start them young, absolutely. And I love that because they're learning a little technique and they'll be able to see the difference and they'll understand what they're doing. It gives a reason to what you do, and I just absolutely love it.
We are going to quickly have a look at some. I realise we've only got about 12 minutes left. There is a full range of Colorista goodies for you now on the website. We're going to have a look at the colouring kits that we've got here too, which come with your dual tip markers, colouring pages, all your hints and tips included in there as well. Details on your screen here. So it's £27.96 or $35.80. You get all of the kits I'm about to show you here with the colouring sheets and the hints and tips guide in there too. And again, I think these are just uber cute, super brilliant. Again, if you want to get more of the younger generation perhaps involved, but also I look at some of these and think to myself that if you perhaps don't want to take one of your bigger discovery kits away with you. Maybe you just want to take a bit of colouring with you, on a holiday, or maybe you've got a long train journey or a flight or something like that and you want to do some colouring, then these, again, absolutely perfect for just taking with you. This is the... what's this called? The Heroes of Manga. So you've got 6 of your dual tip art markers, 6 of your colouring pages included as well, plus your hints and tip guides in there too. The 4 kits you're going to get, this one is your Feel Good Florals. Again, just to show you here are your dual tip markers. And again, you're going to get all of these images there that you can colour in. Then you've got your Mindful Calm or Mindfully Calm. Again, a lovely selection of dual tip markers and some really fun kind of funky images that you can get colouring here. And then lastly in this set, Simply Natural. Again, all of those markers, 5 dual tip markers, and then a lovely selection again of your sort of flora and fauna to be colouring in with, alongside all of your how-to guides as well. £27.96 or $35.80. Have you got one of these we can have a quick look at?
Yes, I've got the my 2 favourite ones are the Feel Good Florals and the Mindfully Calm. I absolutely love both of those. So what I've done is take out the little tray of markers, so you can see you've got your 5 markers in there, 5 beautiful colours. Alcohol marker, so all of the techniques that you've seen me talk to you about using alcohol marker are applicable to these. You can layer them to make new colours, etc, etc. All of the techniques apply. And then you've got these pre-printed fabulous little plaques to colour in. Be happy, be bright, be you. Be good, feel, do good, be good, feel good. Yeah. It really is very motivational. Feel good every day. Just sitting and colouring one of these in, let love grow. I am going to have Ada do these when she's old enough to understand, because I think they're really positive messages for young girls growing up. I really do. And then each box also has a little how-to, so it explains the marker, tells you the basics, gives you some tips, and then shows you how to do a few little techniques on the back too, with lots of top tips when you're doing your colouring in. A really lovely little gift, Ben. A lovely little afternoon project, a rainy day, I'm at the caravan, it's raining, I want something to do. On an evening in the summer outside with a little glass of something sparkly, at the dining room table with the grandkids, on your own, just a bit of positive, mindful, and you don't have to think about it, but it's feel good and it's inexpensive. I think they're really great little kits. They're fantastic stocking fillers and they're good little crafty gifts, maybe for people who haven't started colouring or crafting yet and are yet to understand the benefits of it. So brilliant for that too, I think.
Absolutely right, and just to bear in mind that you will get 50 bonus points on these Colorista goodies as well, so a great way for you to kind of explore these and get some bonus points added into your account too. I know we're rapidly running out of time, but a quick question's coming from Liz, who says that she's just bought some colour blend pencils, Leanne, and she's wondering what the best card to use with those pencils is, she's asking.
For colour blend pencils, I would recommend our multi-purpose.
Right. Brilliant, there we go. Answered nice and succinctly there. Next up, we're going to have a look at your Colorista art markers. You're going to get 3 sets of these. It's 24 pens in total. Again, lovely selection of colours for you. Dual-ended. This one is your brilliant hues that you've got in Poppy, Satsuma, Dandelion. You've got your green, Caribbean True Blue, Heather and Begonia. You've then got your natural tones. Once again, lovely selection of your sort of earth tones in there, lots of greens in there too, your grass, forest green, olive green and more. And then you've also got your rich shades in there as well. So ruby, lipstick, juniper teal, cocktail pink, lovely collection once again. And these are these alcohol markers then?
They are the alcohol markers. So exactly all of the techniques that you learn on Academy of Colour with Alcohol, any other alcohol marker technique that we've shown you, these will work with all of those techniques. They all perform in the same way. 3 great sets, 1 colour per marker, and beautiful colour families, all 3 of them that you've got here with very, very usable colours. Blending is achievable with these as it is with all of your alcohol markers, so you can get all of these finished beautiful alcohol coloured results. That's using one of the kits that we've just looked at there. Little stamps at home. Create your own little backgrounds if you want to. That's from one of the kits as well. This is from one of the kits. I'm about to drop the markers. But you can see you can do your own doodling with them as well if you want to. Absolutely fantastic. Working exactly the same way as any of the other alcohol markers that you've seen us use. And you're going to get absolutely beautiful, beautiful results.
Lovely. 24 markers in total, 50 bonus points as well. Really great price as well. £23.97 or $29.97 is your price if you want to go for the art markers. Watercolour markers we've also got in the Colorista range as well. The Botanic Accents and your Vibrant Essentials. So again, dual-ended pens. But these, of course, are for your watercolour effects. 50 bonus points you're getting here once again. £15.98, I should say. $19.98. I guess we don't need to spend too long on these because we've got 3 more sets. It's just a lovely set of watercolour markers.
Absolutely. Just a lovely set of watercolour markers. Beautiful colours in there. Whenever you've seen us do an aqua technique with duo colour or our aqua markers, these will work in exactly the same way. So it's adding water and dragging that colour out.
Tip. Again, 50 bonus points so you can get these in your basket. Just get these, give these a go and benefit within Club Inspire. And just 3 more quickly to show. So your fine line pens in here. Again, details on your screen. $5.99, $7.99 is the price on these. 20 bonus points in a range of colours. So again, nice for adding little embellishments. Nice
for any little embellishments from fine lining, accenting. I have to say, I own these and I use them as a writing pen.
Yeah.
They're a brilliant writer and the colours are fantastic. So for journaling, fantastic for journaling.
They're $5.99, $7.99. We've also got in the Colorista range, if you've loved the sparkle and the bling that we brought you today, some glitter markers, $9.99 or $13.95 with 20 bonus points. These again come in a collection of colours for you. So you've got solar red, glistening green, your crystal cyan, cosmic blue. You've got silver and sun-kissed gold and sparkling pink, and also your frosted violet included in there too. If I didn't mention, 20 bonus points coming along with these. Have you got some finished cards over there?
I do, yes. So you can see all of those beautiful, beautiful colours, and they've got a real pop of glitter in them. You can do your regular colouring in and get that lovely pop of glitter if you want to. You can just trace over a sentiment and do some little doodling, and you can colour in your larger images as well and get that lovely glitter larger image on there. Maybe move the colour with a little bit of water. They really do, again, brilliant handwriters, great for your accenting and your embellishing, but perfect for colouring in your backgrounds as well with lovely bright pops of colour.
Fantastic. And lastly, in the Colorista range, again, you can find out more about these on the website. We have got your metallic markers as well. Again, if you've picked up Leann's Sparkle mystery bag from earlier on with some of your black cardstock in, oh, they've all fallen out. These would absolutely look perfect in there. You are going to get all of those beautiful metallic markered colours. So gold, silver, bronze, copper. You've got your jade in there, blue, violet, and you've got lovely rose quartz in there too. £9.99, £13.95. You can see the colours a little bit better on the boards that Leann's got over there.
You can. You've got those lovely metallic. Look at the flash.
Yeah.
I've got it upside down. The flashes of metallic colour on there. They're absolute. He saved every one of us. What? Oh, Brian Blessed. It's flush.
Gordon's alive.
Gordon's alive. That's it. I mean, honestly, amazing. Anyway, love
Put that on the list.
I'm going to put that on the list. They'll definitely not know that.
No.
Really lovely flashes of colour, and as always, work great on your black cardstock. Good for your hand lettering, if that's what you want to do, and you're doodling. Good for doodling different designs. Just handwriting, if you want to do that. You can also do...
Sorry, I love that sentiment on the one before. Go back one. Have me Prosecco and watch me get fabulous.
That's literally how I live my life.
Yeah. Why did I think of you when I read that?
That is literally, that is me in a craft sentiment. Yeah. Exactly what it is. Me living my best life, I have to say. Me at the Elton John concert last week, was absolutely me having a Prosecco and getting fabulous. I have to say, it was absolutely incredible. You can do your watercolouring with it as well. You can stamp with them, colour them onto a stamp and stamp with them, trace a stamped outline onto a different coloured cardstock. These, I think, out of the whole collection would be the ones I say get, because they're so incredibly versatile across many different applications.
Try them today, give them a go, get some bonus points if you've never tried our Colorista range before. 2 quick fire questions. Metallic markers, stored flat or horizontal?
Flat.
Lynn says, if you colour with pencil, can you then outline and highlight with pen?
Not an alcohol pen. Yes to a paint marker. Yeah. Yes, but not an alcohol pen, because that's when you're going to clog up your nibs.
And you don't want to clog
up your nibs. Whenever you're using colour blend wax pencils, it's marker first, pencil last.
Thank you for a fantastic show. That was your Colour Me Happy 3rd anniversary, can you believe? Leann, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure when you're in. When are you back with us?
I'm back on Cartload on Thursday night.
Oh.
Me and Craig, we've got 3 hours of a Spectrum Cartload with fabulousness. We've both gone a little bit rogue, should we say. So we're very much looking forward to that, and you've got us for 3 hours, so I'll see you on Thursday night.
Well, it's been a pleasure. I will see you in a couple of hours' time. Remember, 1 hour Monday Makers, and then you'll switch over to the US page to watch our foil press masterclass with Craig. Until then, make sure you check out your baskets. We'll see you in a couple of hours. Bye.